The following program is produced by Marshfield Community Television.
Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Ruth. Today we thought, since we're only a couple weeks away from Christmas, that you might need some Christmas ideas for a new appetizer.
Yeah,
so we thought
different.
this one would be kind of fun. We're working into kind of red and green, things. So we have, it's a shrimp tortellini little appetizer on a skewer. And then we're going to be making just a dip sauce to go with it.
Yeah.
So
and most of what you see here is going to be the sauce. The only two things you're going to see when we're done are these two items. The rest of this is going to be the sauce.
So you're the expert on making this, so where do we start?
Well, let's start with getting the processor going.
Okay, so we're going to put in 8.
We're going to put in 8 ounces of cream cheese. Soften, be sure it's soft.
So that's one package of
That's
cream
one
cheese.
package, right? I'm going to kind of just chop it up in a couple spots.
And we're using
like
our food processor. If you didn't have a food processor, you could use a blender. Too.
Right.
How much milk are we putting in there?
That is a 1/4 cup.
Okay, so we're putting in a 1/4 cup of milk.
Yep.
And how much Miracle Whip are we putting in?
That is a 1/4 cup of Miracle Whip.
Okay, and
or mayonnaise, whichever you have in your refrigerator.
And 1/2 cup of sour cream.
1/2 cup of sour cream.
Okay. And then we have a 1/4 cup of
sun-dried tomatoes that were packed in oil.
These are roasted? These are sun-dried roasted?
Whatever they do to make
Okay.
sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay.
They could, they're probably roasted.
All right.
I'm not a real expert on the total process. And you do not have to drain the oil off the tomatoes because we are also going to add some olive oil.
So about a 1/4
cup of olive oil. No, I think that's
it's an eighth of a cup. So like 2 tablespoons
of
of
olive
oil.
Too detailed in all this. A couple cloves of garlic. Okay.
And you just put those in. You don't have to
throw those in like
so
that.
peel them and just throw those in.
I'm going to trust the processor is going to take care of that.
And then
now the recipe calls for fresh basil leaves, but if you don't have fresh, which we don't today, we're just putting in like a 1/2 teaspoon of dried basil, about 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, just regular table salt. And we're going to sprinkle that in, give it a little flavor.
And then you have hot sauce. You put the hot sauce in now.
We're going to sprinkle some hot sauce in there. I think it says about 1/8. I love hot sauce. About 1/8 of a teaspoon.
That's probably
more
than
a
an
1/2
eighth,
teaspoon.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't have anything too hot, can you?
And then we're going to
Then we're going to process this. I'm just going to push that down. I'm going to see how this turns out. Snap on the lid.
Get that
Is it on tight? Give it a couple of quick pulses.
So you can either just put it on like that, or just do the quick pulse to make sure that you have it all incorporated. Let me get you a larger
Get a scraper if you would, please. And I'm going to just pulse this a few more times. And there is our creamy sauce.
So we're going to get all of this out of the
Get
way.
that down off the edges. Stir it around. It's kind of hard to stir with the blades in there. We're going to take that off.
This is really a pretty easy new little appetizer, which I think will be kind of fun to
Something
have
different.
at
We've
Christmas
never done this
time.
before with our family, so when they come home for Christmas, we're going to have a little trial period and see if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I have a feeling it's going to be a thumbs up.
I think so, because they also like hot items. Okay, so now we're going to take just some little frilled
little toothpicks. And these are the spinach tortellini. We cooked the tortellini. I cooked it about 2 minutes is all. Normally, if you're cooking tortellini, it says on the bag to do it like 5 to 7 minutes. I did like 2 minutes, and I think that's enough because you want it firm enough so
now
it
the
holds
picture
together.
actually has it so that you would have
Do it that
the
way.
shrimp like that,
Okay.
so that you can see
So you can see it.
your
That's
whole shrimp.
probably a great
Just
idea.
like so. And when we cooked the tortellini, we drizzle it with just a little bit of olive
Just
oil.
put a little olive oil on it just so it doesn't stick together.
I think this is really fun. We have used tortellini in our Greek salad and a soup. We just made an Italian soup with the tortellini. So
that was so good with Italian sausage.
Yeah. So we wanted to just do, I guess actually you could use some red in this too, which would be pretty.
You could. For Christmas, you could have red and green.
So then if you have extra tortellini, you're going to have the white left over. So then you can put that in your soup that you might make for Christmas or another event.
And as we're doing this, I just noticed now one of two things you can change up here. You can either do longer toothpicks or you can do smaller shrimp. These are considered large shrimp, but we do have some mediums in the freezer we could also use.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because shrimp really come in different sizes, and these would definitely not be large according to
not be large
some of the shrimp down south.
If you lived in South Carolina, we were down in Hilton Head years ago, and the shrimp boats were coming right off of were coming in to dock, coming in from the ocean, and what they call large shrimp, they keep the jumbo shrimp for themselves, and then the rest of the people around the country, I think, get
the leftovers.
Get the smaller ones, and the largest of the smaller ones are called large, and then they go down medium, then small. Okay.
So I think that looks really cool.
That
just
is.
like so.
No, we're going to
I've got it on one of my little Christmas platters,
right?
And then we can put the dip right
a little dip
in the
there.
middle. And what you could do if you actually wanted to have this for individual appetizers, you could have it in just a little dish, and put it on a plate,
each person
and
pick
have a
up the
couple
dish.
on your plate.
Right.
So I think that's really cool. So this is going to be one of our new appetizers for Christmas.
Right.
And we'll see what the kids think. Hopefully they'll like it.
I can't wait to try it. Shall we try it? I think we both should try it.
We probably should.
Since this is new for both of us.
So I guess I'm actually just going to take just a little piece off like that.
Probably not a bad idea, just to taste it once.
I like the flavor. I think it's really good.
That is delicious.
And we'll just dip it. And we don't do any double dipping either, even if it is for family.
It would be more advantageous for everybody to have their own little small dish of their cream.
I think it'll be a big hit.
I think it's a thumbs up.
For Christmas, we have, a couple of Christmas parties we'll be going to, and one of them I'll be taking an appetizer, so this might be the appetizer.
I think we might have it.
I think so.
Excellent.
So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Ruth, a new appetizer idea. So until next time, happy cooking.
Do I have it on my face?
No.
I shaved this week.